Because I complained about the logic in a trashy romance novel. The system forcibly bound me and threw me into the book's world. The system told me I had to extract 100 apologies from the female lead, Victoria Vance, before I could return to reality. In the original plot, the male lead gets abused by her until it's unbearable. But since I'm here now, I'm going to show this system how a real man handles a mission. I had Victoria strung up from the ceiling, forcing her to apologize over and over again. "I'm sorry," she screamed. If she stopped, I struck her with a whip soaked in salt water. "Say it. Say it. Are you going to say it?" I demanded, the whip cracking with every word. The frustration of long-term suppression exploded in this moment. 5 lashes a second wasn't my limit. It was simply the limit of what Victoria could survive. Her hair was a mess, her skin flayed open, her voice reduced to begging. "Say what? Just ask me." It all started when I was reading a chick-lit romance novel and complained, "Does the author of this trash have their head up their ass? Trading IQ for word count? If your mother knew you were using the brain she gave you like this, she'd try to stuff you back in the womb. In this app." I click not interested, and it keeps pushing this garbage. "Are you trying to make me sick?" Just as I was about to type another insult, a mechanical ding echoed in my mind. A robotic voice spoke. Detected host's malice toward female-oriented literature. Forcing binding with the romance novel experience system. Binding successful. Transmigrating into my white moonlight and childhood sweetheart both fell for my brother. Before I could process what was happening, my brain seized up and I blacked out. I didn't know how long passed before I opened my eyes. I was hogtied and dumped in an abandoned factory. Looking around, for kidnappers were playing poker, and beside me was another guy, also tied up like a turkey. Suddenly, a flood of memories rushed into my brain, confirming I was indeed in the novel. Right now, the green tea male character, Julian Rivers, had staged a kidnapping to force the female lead, Victoria Vance, to make a choice. A classic twisted loyalty test. The kidnappers called Victoria, and she arrived at the scene with my childhood friend, Emily Clark. It was the classic choose one scenario. The kidnappers shouted, "You can only save one. The one not chosen gets thrown into the river to feed the fish." I didn't need to guess who they would choose, but I still shouted for help. "Victoria, save me. I'm your fiancé." Victoria hesitated for exactly 1 second. That second was the extent of her respect for me, before she said decisively, "I'm sorry, Jack. I love Julian." I cursed instantly. "You ungrateful snake. I invested in your company. I bought your brother's marital home. I even paid for those D-cups on your chest. And you choose him? Do you have conscience? You animal." After I raged for a moment, the system voice chimed. "Congratulations, host. Mission progress 1%. You still need 99 apologies from the female lead." Congratulations, my ass. If they throw me in the river tied up like this, even Michael Phelps would drown. The kidnapper looked at me with a grin. "Jack Sterling, time to go." I turned to Emily Clark for help, but she just sneered. "Jack, I really misjudged you. Look at Julian. He's scared too, but he hasn't said a word. Look at you, selfish and ugly. No one would choose you." I felt despair. Julian wasn't scared. He was the director of this whole show. Why would he need to talk? Seeing the kidnappers approaching, I had a flash of inspiration. I whispered to the guy nearest me, "Brother, we're all just trying to make money here. No need for a murder charge. Untie my ropes, and I'll swim back myself. That way, you get Julian's final payment, and I'll wire you an extra 100 grand. Deal." The kidnapper paused. This guy made sense. Without a word, he loosened my ropes and shoved me out the window into the Hudson River. My fiancé and my childhood friend were busy hugging Julian, crying their eyes out. They only remembered to check on me after they'd hugged enough. Meanwhile, I swam to shore, borrowed a phone from passerby, and called the police. The police picked me up quickly, but back at the precinct, my statement completely contradicted Victoria and the others. Victoria and her group claimed they knew nothing about a kidnapping. They said we were camping by the river, and I accidentally fell in. They claimed they were frantically looking for me while I snuck off to call the cops. The police listened to them, gave me a stern lecture about wasting resources, and let us go. Back at the house, Victoria apologized to me again. "Jack, I'm sorry. You were wrong today. I'll make it up to you in the future." I shouted, "Is your brain damaged? Why did you commit perjury? Do you know the consequences of lying to the police?" Victoria looked indifferent. Julian didn't want to get dragged into a scandal like a kidnapping. It would ruin his acting career. So we agreed on a story. You just have to take one for the team. In this book, I was the standard simp. I sold my car and house to help Victoria start her business, never even signing an investment agreement. Now Victoria was a female CEO, and I didn't have shares or even a salary. Worse, We weren't married yet, so the assets were entirely her personal property. No wonder I was completely controlled and abused in the original story. Fine, I said. If you want to make it up to me, convert the money I gave you for the startup into shares and give them to me. Victoria looked surprised. I had always been the selfless type before. What's wrong? You were broke back then. Without my seed capital, would you have today's success? Seeing my persistence, Victoria compromised. I can't give you shares. If my equity is diluted, the company's stability will be threatened. I'll pay you back in cash at market value. I was delighted. With capital, I could become her competitor. With her love-addled brain, how could she fight me? Fearing she might back out, I took her hand. Victoria, I'm not greedy for your money. I see how hard you work. I want to start a business to help you. I'll become your downstream supplier. We can vertically integrate and drive down component costs. It'll make you more competitive. Victoria's eyes lit up. It seemed I finally understood my mediocrity and learned to be ambitious. Okay, I'll support you, she said with a smile. I was about to rush her to transfer the money when her phone rang. It was Julian Rivers sobbing. Victoria's heart tightened immediately. Julian, don't panic. I'm coming over. She left without looking back, leaving me standing alone in the room. Actually, hearing Julian cry made me more nervous than Victoria. There's a saying in these novels, when the green tea cries, the male lead dies. Sensing danger, I immediately adjusted the angle of the home security cameras, went to the kitchen to grab a fruit knife, and hid it under the sofa cushion. Sure enough, Victoria returned shortly, looking furious, with several bodyguards in tow. I spoke first. Victoria, what's wrong? Did you go to transfer the money? Transfer money? You slandered Julian about the kidnapping and nearly made him jump off a building in shame. Victoria screamed. Victoria, from the moment I was thrown in the river to the police station, I've been with you. When did I have time to slander him? Use your brain. My face twisted in frustration, but I knew she wouldn't listen. As expected, she got angrier. Julian almost slit his wrists. Would he use his life to frame you? Someone tie him up. I need to teach him a lesson. Two bodyguards approached me from left and right. Two fists can't fight four hands, but when I pulled out the fruit knife, the situation flipped. Even a kung fu master fears a blade. You're professionals, and you're scared of a rich kid? Get him, Victoria ordered. The bodyguards had a charge. I didn't hesitate. I slashed out, cutting one bodyguard's arm. The injured guard clutched his wound. The other seized the opportunity to grab for my knife. We wrestled, both getting cut by the sharp blade. Blood splattered on the floor. It was gruesome. Victoria screamed in terror, yelling for us to stop. But if they didn't stop, I absolutely wouldn't. The knife fell during the struggle. Without weapons, I brawled with the bodyguard. Naturally, I got beaten black and blue, but I managed to inflict some internal damage on him with a few dirty kicks. Before I lost consciousness, I heard sirens. It was the call I made before Victoria even ordered the attack. I woke up in a hospital bed. Victoria was slumped by the bedside. My movement woke her, and she leaned in crying. Why are you so stupid? What does it matter if you just admitted you were wrong? Look at how badly you're hurt. You scare me to death. I glanced at her sideways and said coldly, Are you kidding me? You know exactly which animal ordered this beating. You made me angry. I just wanted the bodyguards to teach you a lesson. There's nothing to say. I'm handing the surveillance footage to the police. You brought people to assault me. I will not sign a settlement. Seeing that I was determined to burn bridges, Victoria softened again. Jack, didn't you want money? I own 51% of the company. Half the market value is about $10 million. I'll give you $15 million right now, and we call this even. Okay, I want the money this afternoon, I replied immediately. And you need to sign a written agreement stating that $10 million is the return on my initial investment, and the remaining $5 million is compensation for intentional injury. Victoria signed the agreement on the spot. I put it away, and by the afternoon, the transfer arrived. Money in hand, I immediately made calls. I summoned my brother, Frank Sterling, and my best friend, Leo, to the hospital. Brother, how did you get beaten like this? Leo hugged my leg and cried. I patted his head. Guys, now isn't the time for that. Give me some security guards immediately. Summarizing my experience. I lost because I had no money and no muscle. With money, I can hire muscle. With muscle, I won't get kidnapped or beaten. Once the bodyguards were in place, I focused on recovery. Then, I went straight to Twitter and Instagram to announce I was single and had broken up with Victoria Vance. Headline: C-list actor Julian Rivers wrecks home, conspires with cheating fiancé to assault original partner. I wrote a long expose, attaching my injury report, photos of my wounds, and the settlement agreement Victoria had just signed. The story went viral instantly. Thousands of retweets and comments flooded in, all cursing Julian and Victoria. Julian was too terrified to leave his house, performing his innocent act for Victoria daily. Victoria and Emily rushed to the hospital to confront me. How could you do this? I gave you $15 million. You agreed to settle. Jack, you've changed, Emily said. You've become petty. You're a stranger. I looked indifferent. When did I agree to settle? I only accepted your apology money. Seeing my hard stance, Victoria tried a softer approach. Jack, we're engaged. Do you have to make everyone unhappy? Do you still want to marry me or not? Tears welled up in her eyes. In the past, I would have comforted her immediately. But now, I'm the man who's going to teach this genre lesson. Is your head up your ass? I already broke up with you. And you still think about marriage? You're dreaming. What man is stupid enough to marry a woman who brings bodyguards to beat him? I sneered. Victoria finally realized she had crossed a line. She softened her tone further. Jack, I apologize for before. Can we make up? I promise I'll keep my distance from Julian. I won't let him come between us again. What are you talking about? How can you keep your distance? You two snakes deserve each other. Don't worry, I'll get my revenge on you piece by piece. I raged. Beat me up and then want to make up? Do you think I'm still the cuckold from a novel? Victoria wanted to argue, but I waved my hand. Security, drag these two chickens out of here. Hey, don't touch me. I'll sue you for harassment. Emily shrieked. As the door closed, the world finally went quiet. I started researching Victoria's company, figuring out how to cut off her financial lifeline. Power and money are a woman's supplements, high-grade steroids. Without them, she only dares to cheat in secret. With them, she brings the affair into your home. Victoria was the type on steroids. I had to cut the supply, then crush her in my palm. Victoria's company, Vance Global, was worth maybe $40 to $50 million. They mostly sold electric toothbrushes and daily grooming products. I analyzed her products. The structural design and performance could be cost-optimized. If I entered the market and started a price war, I could probably crush her. But that was too slow. A product takes time, design, prototyping, quality testing, certifications. A year and a half would be fast. So, I started contacting Victoria's competitors and set up live streaming equipment. Vance Global's main competitor was Sterling Grooming, no relation, run by a beautiful CEO named Scarlett Stone. I didn't beat around the bush. I proposed buying shares directly. Ms. Stone, I want 30% of your company for $8 million. Scarlett Stone smiled. Mr. Sterling, what benefits can you bring? We look for partners based on value, not just funds. Short term, I could double your sales. Long term, I can upgrade your products to dominate the market. I handed her a file containing my business plan. Scarlett scanned the document, surprise flashing across her face. After a long silence, she stood and shook my hand. Mr. Sterling, it would be my honor to work with you. The next day, while Victoria and Emily were still coddling Julian, I had Leo set up the live stream gear and posted a teaser on Twitter. Julian panicked. What do we do? He's going to live stream. He's definitely going to slander me again. Emily said, Julian, don't worry. We'll go find him right now. Julian's face turned vicious. Jack has become terrifying lately. Maybe he's having a mental breakdown. Victoria, should we have him committed to a psychiatric hospital for a while? Victoria thought about it. Jack had been acting like a different person, vulgar, aggressive. I'll talk to him first, then decide, she said. But Emily refused. Talk about what? Look how he's bullied Julian. Just lock him up. Well, okay. Victoria finally agreed. These three actually arranged a psych ward for me, without my knowledge. Meanwhile, I was memorizing my script, determined to send this pair of adulterers to new heights of infamy. Victoria tried calling me, blocked. Messaged me, blocked. Emily tried, same result. That bastard blocked us. Emily raged. But her anger couldn't hurt me. When they brought bodyguards to the hospital, they found I had hired my own team. For downstairs for my door, they were stopped at the main entrance. What are you doing here? Leo asked. I'm Jack's fiancé. Can I visit him? Victoria demanded. Leo sneered. Our boss doesn't have a fiancé. He's single. If you know what's good for you, get lost. Wait until Jack recovers. He'll settle accounts with you one by one. Emily tried to force her way in. Leo blocked her. She slapped him. Leo, having a short temper, slapped her back. A brawl broke out. Since my side had more people, Emily ended up with a bruised face. Ignoring the commotion downstairs, I started the live stream on time. Hello everyone. I am Victoria Vance's ex-boyfriend. Julian Rivers conspired with Victoria to illegally detain and assault me. To this day, I haven't received an apology. Instead, Julian accuses me of slander. I welcome Mr. Rivers to sue me. I am ready to accept all legal responsibilities. After the intro, I took off my shirt, revealing a torso covered in knife wounds and bruises. The scars crisscrossed like a plowed field, shocking to behold. The comments section exploded. Sympathy for me and vitriol for Julian poured in. Oh my God, is this human? Beating her fiancé for a side piece? Victoria Vance is the modern Jezebel. Julian Rivers has always been shady with female celebs, but I didn't know he was wrecking homes too. Boycott Vance Global. Don't buy their products. Starve the cheater so she can't fund her boy toy. I pretended to squint at the screen. The comments are moving so fast. Oh, I see one. Boycott Vance Global. I read that one on purpose. It was posted by a paid shill. Speak 30% of the truth. Aim for the vitals. Destroying their cash flow was the goal. Please don't boycott Vance Global, I said with righteous dignity. The factory isn't just one person. If it goes under, hundreds of workers will lose their jobs. I can't let my vendetta hurt innocent people. This instantly won the audience over. Love this. The streamer has such good morals. I can't imagine what a gold digger Victoria is to throw away such a good man for a Hollywood hooker. Streamer, you could partner with another brand. If Vance Global fails, let the new partner hire the workers. I squinted again. Too fast. Oh. Streamer, partner with another brand. Let them hire the workers. Naturally, this was also a planted comment. Wow, that's a great idea. I don't know if anyone wants to work with me, though. I really want revenge. My body still hurts. I spoke sincerely, hiding nothing. The internet loved the honesty. They began tagging major brands, promising support if they helped me. Immediately after the stream, Scarlett Stone issued a statement via Sterling Grooming at Jack Sterling. We are eager to collaborate. We've messaged you. Of course, it was all theater. We had already signed a deal. The next day, I streamed again. I started with a song. Thanks to the original novel, giving the protagonist singing talent, the audience loved it. Then I pivoted. Thanks for the support. I'm Sterling Grooming. Starting today, I'm selling for them. Please support us. I pulled Scarlett on the screen. Factory direct sales means no fake pricing. To prove it, here is the CEO of Sterling Grooming, Scarlett Stone. Gifts and rockets filled the screen. This rocket is my wedding gift to you two. I'm sitting at the kids' table at the reception. Ha, you guys shipped them already? We look good together. Since your support made this happen, we won't rip you off. Original price, $260. Today, $99. Scarlett added, right? I'm not here to make money today. I'm here for justice. To fight the cheaters. I'm waiving the profit margin. Link up. 10,000 units sold out in a minute. We added 10,000 more. Gone. We cleared over $6 million in sales that session. Scarlett couldn't stop smiling. Meanwhile, Victoria was suffering. Her stock hit the limit down for 2 days straight. Sales stagnated. She came to me, begging, Jack, there's a limit to throwing a tantrum. You're my fiancé. Teaming up with another woman to destroy me? Isn't that excessive? I looked at her with disdain. What did I do with her? Did I help her beat you? Did I have you kidnapped and thrown in a river? Victoria was speechless but refused to submit. That was just a joke between lovers. It's our dynamic. How can you compare it? Talking to someone pretending to be asleep is a waste of breath. All right, next is Julian. If you ever wake up and want to admit your mistakes, bring a lighter, cigarettes, a whip, and rope. Come find me. I turned and walked away.